I still hear people, oh, Phil is going to do a third playthrough of Dark Souls 1, was it?
No!
I'm going to do one playthrough of Dark Souls 1, because I've never done it. I've never legitimately played Dark Souls 1. You know what I mean? I love when people love to twist stuff into everything. Everything has to be negative to them. So because I'm replaying a game I've already played in the past, it obviously means I'm doing a second or third run, and it's not important, it's boring, and no one should watch it. Ridiculous. I think it's one of the more interesting ideas I've ever had. Go back to a game that whooped my ass, and yes, I saw the rest of the game with the game in my handheld. Now actually go back with all the knowledge of that series and try to legitimately beat it for myself, okay? As I said earlier this week, I need to do something in January that's going to get people excited and watching my videos again on DSP Gaming, because the bottom line is right now viewership is way down, mostly because of two reasons. Number one, because December was pretty much a month where I was just doing playthroughs no one cared about, right? Games like Dead Rising 4, The Last Guardian, games that were critical flops and most people didn't care about as running playthroughs, or Final Fantasy 15, which was a 50-plus hour playthrough, so obviously most people fell off of that playthrough, and maybe they'll pick it up and watch it later, but there was no way that most people were going to be watching a 50-plus hour long playthrough. So really, there was nothing going on too interesting in December for people to show up and watch my stuff, and I understand that. I need to get that attention back, because the bottom line is if I have another month like December, a dead month, it's going to hurt me financially, and my business might not be able to support itself if I can't get people excited again. So my idea was the Dark Souls idea, because you know that always brings out a special audience.
It brings out my biggest fans and my biggest detractors all collectively to basically destroy me.
And or laugh with me, and that's okay, I understand that. When I play those games, that's kind of the deal. Half the people are there to enjoy it and have fun, half the people are there to enjoy it and make fun. Get it? Have fun and make fun, and that's okay.
As long as people want to see it, I don't care what the reason is that you're watching it, quite honestly.
So that was my idea, but I tossed it out this last week. I said, well, if you're not interested in that, what would you be interested in? What do you think would actually get attention? And it was interesting because about half the responses I got were, this is a great idea, Phil, you absolutely should do it. A running playthrough for January where you're playing Dark Souls 1 and tackling it legitimately for the first time. We want to see it. The other half was like, you know, we've seen you play Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 1's really old now. We'd like to see you do something different. The problem was, what was that different thing? There's been no consensus. I'm not even kidding you. Just listen to some of the variety of stuff that's been suggested. Play Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes. Do a playthrough of Manhunt. Do a playthrough of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the HD remake of it. No, replay the original San Andreas now that you do direct capture. Oh god. There's just so much stuff. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like, go play an original Hitman game. Go do this, go do that. And the bottom line is, with the ridiculous amount of things that were suggested, alright, how am I supposed to know, like, what the right choice is? Because it would be one thing if everyone was like, don't play Dark Souls 1, instead do this. But it wasn't. It was, don't play Dark Souls 1, do this. And it's obvious there's no consensus. And what ends up happening in a situation like this, ultimately, because I know, because I've been through this many times during downtime, I pick a game, I put my foot down, this is what I'm playing, and half the people, oh, well, I'm disappointed Phil didn't pick the specific game that I wanted, therefore I'm not going to watch. And it just...
I wish
that I could play every game people want to see. I wish that I had infinite time and I could
clone myself,
infinite resources, but every single time there's downtime and I choose a playthrough, it seems that something like this happens. Every once in a while, there's a rare gem that works out. For example, remember when I played Sonic 2006 last year? That worked out really well. That was a different kind of game. It was known infamously for many different reasons, and playing it was an eye-opening experience. Also, it caused a lot of rage, and I really enjoyed that playthrough, and it did well on YouTube, right? I don't know what game would even do anything like that anymore, quite honestly. Now, if you are like staunchly and adamantly against me playing Dark Souls 1, you think it's not going to work out and it's going to bomb, give me some suggestions, alright? And I will consider all of them. Like I said, all the ones that people gave me, I've considered. The problem is nothing like stood out amongst these suggestions as, wow, that's so much better than the Dark Souls idea. You know what I mean? Please give me more feedback. The bad news is, this month, with December, I knew this was going to happen, alright? Number one, at the last minute, just as I had predicted all December, a bunch of people lowered their pledges. I'm talking like people who had $50 pledges lowered them to like $20. People who had $5 pledges lowered them to $1, which I expected to happen. This happens every month. The problem is this month I was so busy with everything else, I wasn't really talking about it too much or emphasizing it, and people kind of slept on it. Alright, and what that means is, I didn't really get many new pledgees. I got a few, but I didn't get a lot of new pledgees in December, for various reasons. I get the feeling because people are busy, because people were spending a lot of money on Christmas themselves, you know what I mean? There wasn't any new AAA releases, so I wasn't really getting new viewers or anything like that. I get it, I understand. But, unfortunately what happened was,
I was way above the goal, and then all of a sudden, the night of, boo, like $200. You take a look for yourself right now.
a ridiculous amount of money that was pledged is gone, okay? The people all lowered their pledges. That's number one. Number two, over 20 people were declined, meaning when the pledges went to go through overnight, over 20 people, got declined, and it actually accounts for more than $100 of declined pledges. So not only did you have the total dip at last minute, then the people who had kept their pledges, they didn't all go through, so it's like the double whammy. All right, and when the double whammy happens, that's when we got trouble.
In fact, I'll be honest with everyone.
The goal for the month of December, if we hit the funding goal, was that I'm going to do a Twitch and Chill marathon stream at the end of January. Right now, we haven't hit it. But I'm not kidding you, we're like a few bucks off. Like, if a few of these people whose pledges decline go in there and update the information and they go through,
We're good to go.
But the problem is, all this happened at once. It was like the perfect storm. I knew this was going to happen, which is why I was trying to warn people at the end of the month. But a lot of people were so busy with the holidays and everything. You know what I mean? I understand, but at the same time, I can't really feel bad because I tried to give everyone fair warning that this kind of shit was going to happen. So all that being said, we're this close to hitting the goal for January. If you pledged to my Patreon in the month of December and it didn't go through, please go to patreon.com, update your information. It should auto-process right away, because I have it set up that it processes instantly. And hopefully within the next day or two, I can tell you definitively, yes, we hit the goal, or no, we didn't. But it's very possible we're going to hit it if this
Over $100 of declined pledges go through.
We've definitely hit it. So the good news is, chances are we're going to hit the goal for the month of December.
I'm feeling positive. I'm actually feeling really positive about it.
I don't think we're going to have much issue, but I shouldn't say that because then people take it for granted. Oh, I don't need to update my information because my pledge didn't go through. Phil says we're going to make the goal anyway, and then we won't make it.
So please, I'm serious, update your info.
Now, one thing I will say, some people, when this happened last time too, people contact me and say, well, Phil, you didn't hit the goal. Can I help you? Can I donate like a ton of money at last minute and then you'll hit the goal? I mean, that's not really the point. The whole point of Patreon goals is to motivate people to pledge to the Patreon, not that someone would feel bad last minute and want to do a pledge out of nowhere to try to make the goal. But it's funny, because I actually talked to Patreon about this, and they actually said, I'm not even kidding, I talked to them in the summer about it the first time that I missed the goal. And they said that even if I don't hit the goal, if I get a donation outside of Patreon, that it wouldn't necessarily, how can I say it? There's no conflict of interest and there's no violation. Like, they wouldn't be angry if I took a donation outside of Patreon to make up for the fact that I didn't hit a Patreon goal for the month and if I wanted to still do the event. So, example here, oh man, I totally forgot to pledge to Phil's Patreon in December, and I want to do it last minute, but now it's January. You could still contact me personally, and we could work something out, and I would have to manually, without any tracking on the website, basically give you the perks that you're owed and stuff like that. That is possible, but I don't want that to be the norm either. I don't want it that everyone waits till last minute. Oh, Phil didn't hit the goal, now I'll pledge for the month before.
No.
That would be the exception to the rule, but I'm just throwing that out there. Some people have asked me about that, and yeah, it is possible. So, if in 2 days, for whatever reason, we still haven't hit the monthly goal, and if we're like $5 away, you know what I mean? It's very possible we could still hit it. We'll talk about that when we get to it. All right.